Yeah, we went down to Houston, played in the venue down at Texas Southern. Great atmosphere. Had a lot of people there. Got some hometown guys, starting quarterbacks from that area, a couple of receivers, and I know a lot of friends there. So, game started off good. We got down a little bit early on, went back and forth. Body their quarterback, had some really good runs. They able to run one in the end zone, so they kind of took control of the game early. We was able to bounce back, started moving the football. My freshman kicker, Eichner, he had a tough week against Prairie View, so it was good to see him to bounce back. Went 3 for 3 on his field goal kicks. And that was a big part of us getting the victory, down 7-3 at the half. Came back out in the third quarter and exchanged a couple field goals and had a 100-yard rusher with Santo Dunn. He had a good job running the football downhill, showed a little bit of speed. I think the difference of the game was Juwan Howe, big back that we have, that he came in at the end of the game and really took control. I was able to get some key turnovers, and I think that was the biggest difference in the game. We was able to get 2 turnovers, and the offense didn't turn the ball over. We did much better in the red zone than we did the week before. Tough contest. To me, it's always tough to win in the SWAC, especially on the road. And Texas Southern did a great job. Coach McKinney had those guys prepared. So definitely had to fight all the way to the end, a 3-point win. And I think it's pretty much going to be indicative of most of the games, telling the kids that this is how we'll have to win in the conference. So it was good for us to win a close game, trying to learn how to win and learn how to be a champion. So that's something that doesn't just happen. So we know it's a game by game process. So looking forward to this week. We have Jackson State coming, it's homecoming here. So we have a lot of activities. So really focusing on us, not letting the distractions of everything that's going on around campus, realizing that we're playing defending SWAC champ. Shador is doing a great job offensively. Aubrey's doing a great job at the linebacker position. So you probably have, one of the top offensive and defensive guys on the field. And so it'll be a big challenge for us. We're looking forward to it. It's going to be a fun week to prepare. I don't have to give anybody any hype speeches or anything like that. Everybody's going to be ready to play. So we just want to focus on cutting down our penalties, not turning the ball over, and play physical football.
Appreciate those comments, Coach Robinson. First question goes to Charles Bishop.
Good morning, Coach Robinson. How are you doing?
Good morning. How's it going?
I wanted to start by asking about your defense. Your defense has been one of the more stingy defenses in the league thus far this season. But talk a little bit about the work Ryan Lewis has done with your defense.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job. I mean, he has those guys, by the collar. They listen to every word he says. They're believing in what he's preaching. So that's really good that they have confidence in what he's doing. We don't care about yards. Defense to me is about not giving up points and creating turnovers. Those are things that we're focusing on. My big guys up front, Gaddy, Ogletree, those guys are doing a great job. So the tackle position is what really gets us going. We got a couple sacks this past game. So we can win on first down, and we have a chance to be a good defense.
Sure thing. And you touched on it, a huge game this weekend, homecoming atmosphere. Is there any more stress, I guess, with regards to focusing in on the little things this weekend, or is it just business as usual with regards to practice?
I think it's more about us. I mean, the things that caused us to lose the Prairie View game, we corrected. We didn't score in the red zone against Prairie View. It was 2 for 6. This week, we were good in the red zone. We lost one time in the red zone because of a penalty. We have to cut down on our penalties. We didn't have any turnovers this week, and we created turnovers. We're 3 for 3 in the kicking game. So that's all things that we have to fix. We fixed it this week. For us to be a good team, we have to be consistent. So now that you show that you can do it, now you have to be consistent about it. And I think, every coach in America is going through the same thing. You're trying to do those things that it takes to win, and you just want to consistently do it week to week.
Sure thing. I appreciate it, Coach.
What's that?
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Next question goes to Dr. Cavill.
This is Kenyatta Cavill with Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab. Congratulations on the road win this past weekend, Coach.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Want to talk about, this is the third weekend in a row where you play what happens to be the Texas quarterback, and you have one of yourself. So it's interesting to me that these matchups, and I was kind of looking forward to it. With that, I wanted to ask you a little bit about your Texas quarterback in this case, Demetrius Davis. How have you thought about his play thus far? Getting into action young in terms of his time on the field at the collegiate level.
Yeah, I mean, I have to remind myself, he does some great things at times. So you think that he's there, but this is only his third college football game. And so when you think about it like that, I mean, his best football is ahead of him. He knows it. I know it. And so you're just trying to correct each one of those mistakes. So every time we're talking when he comes off the field, just trying to get him the field of he has a great feel for the game, just a natural feel. He can anticipate blitzes. Some of those things you can't coach to be a quarterback. So we're trying to just coach him for those strategy things. It's understanding you're in the red zone. The biggest thing is once you're inside the 20, you never come outside the 20. End every drive with a kick. You don't have to be great every play. Let the people around you make plays. So those are the type of things you're trying to teach a young quarterback, especially a guy who's had so much success. I mean, he's used to making spectacular plays, and now he has to make those plays when they come to him. It don't feel like he has to win, every play. A first down incompletion won't kill us. And so those are the type of things we're teaching him. But the sky's the limit. He's getting better every week. He's picking it up. And so I just love watching him play.
I know one strategy as you move forward in terms of Jackson State may be about trying to get their offense off the field. And so with Santo Dunn, he had a solid game, 15 carries, over 100 yards, long as 17. Talk about the importance of getting him in the game and the rest of the runners by committee, where you were able to get 225 yards on in this type of matchup. How important will that be on the offensive side of the ball to be able to run effectively?
Yeah, I think, one thing in that Texas Southern game, we did a great job of getting them off the field on third down, and we converted some third down attempts. And so that's something that I did mention, that we won that time of possession battle. So, I mean, when you have an offense like Jackson State, they can score fast. They have a lot of weapons. The best thing you can do is to try to control the clock. So, I mean, that'll be a part of it, but you still have to score points. So you don't want to get until we won the time of possession and score any points. You got to score to win, of course. But, Coach Williams, our offensive coordinator, he has earth, wind, and fire. That's what he calls the three running backs that we have. We feel like all three of those guys are good enough to start in this league, and we have to use them and have all three of them keyed up and ready to go. And pretty much for us, those are three unselfish guys. So I don't think anybody cares who gets the touches, and that's really good and unique, and to have that situation. So you just kind of feature the hot back. What's ever working, that's what you go with. It's towards the end of the game. Howell started having success, so hey, let him go, and until something changes.
Earth, wind, and fire, the elements. I like that, Coach.
Yeah,
good luck this weekend. Look forward to the match.
Appreciate it.
Currently taking questions for Coach Robinson with Alabama State. Next question goes to Rob J. Rob, you're on mute.
Okay, I'm sorry. Thank you, Coach, for taking my question. Coach Sanders last week kind of alluded to why Jackson State was chosen for homecoming for you guys. Is there a particular reason why Jackson State is your homecoming opponent, or did it just fall that way?
Yeah, first week of October. So you look at the calendar, it's pretty simple. We have a Labor Day Classic, which we always have on campus. It's a big deal, President Gala. And then we also have the Magic City Classic, which is the end of October. So the first week of October is kind of in between those two. So it's not rocket science, it's just who fell there. So I don't think you change the first week of October because of who you're playing. So it's just kind of fell that way. And so, but to me, I look at it as our homecoming is something new. I don't know, people who don't really know Alabama State, the homecoming was always the Turkey Day Classic. So now a couple of years ago, we tried to get a homecoming where the kids would actually come during the school year. So we didn't have an established homecoming date. So we're still in that stage of trying to have an established homecoming date, something that can be exciting, something that the fans can look to besides the Magic City Classic and then the Turkey Day. So that first week of October is the date that we're trying to have a tradition that we're just kind of getting off the ground. So I think when you have a great opponent, it's going to be a great crowd. So it's a great way to start that tradition.
Okay. Thank you so much, Coach.
Yep.
Any final questions for Coach Robinson, Alabama State? Coach Robinson, we sincerely appreciate your time. Look forward to speaking to you again next week.
Absolutely. Thank you.